The first step to creating any amazing video is getting footage to work with. The good news is every iPad and iPhone come equipped with a camera that you can use. Now, if you have an iPhone or iPad already, you may already be familiar with some of these features, so bear with me. In the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see we're selected on photo. These are the different modes that you can toggle through. So right now we're in photo. If I hit the shot, it takes a still shot for me. If I want to go to video and shoot some live action, I just click on the red button. You can see it starting to record. We've got movement inside there. When I'm ready to stop, I just hit the red button again and it stops. Now there's two other video modes that you can use. Slow-Mo, for if you're trying to take something very fast, maybe you're catching somebody jumping in the air, and slowing it down to something that you can see. Time-lapse is the reverse of that. You're taking something that's typically a very long process and making it very quick and easy to consume in a few seconds or less. So if, let's say, it's a reaction that takes place over 3 days, I can film it for 3 days and be able to have 1 or 2 minutes of footage that is sped up over time. We're going to go back to video here. Now, on the left-hand side, we have our zoom slider. If I slide my finger up, I zoom in. If I slide my finger out, I zoom out. Now, you notice how the camera started pulsating a little bit? That's going to be your focus. So right now, it's just trying to autofocus on whatever it can find. And because these guys don't have a lot of definition, it's having a little bit of difficulty there. Now, if I know I want these guys to be the center of my subjects, I go ahead and tap my finger on their face. You can see it focuses in there. If I want to lock it to that, I just hold my finger down. And you'll see an AE-AF lock appear right on the top. That means no matter if I move left or right, I'm focused right in on those guys. Now let's talk a little bit about film basics here. So right now we have a pretty standard shot. We've got 2 people right in the shot. We're getting their mid-torsos and their heads. Now it's important to leave what we call head space or space at the top. You don't want to go down like this where you're cutting off their heads. You want to make sure you get them lots of room. It feels natural. It's what you're used to seeing. Now you're not limited to just that kind of shot. If you did want to zoom in and maybe do a close-up, that's another option for you. We could do a long-range shots where you get their entire body in. And you can also do things like over-the-shoulder shots, which is great for interviews. So let's say we have our dinosaur 1 here. We move him, he's our interviewer. And we're actually placing the camera right over the shoulder, but yet still focusing in the center frame, the person that we're interviewing. This is great for reaction shots or when an interviewer is asking a question. So don't be afraid to play around when it comes to your camera angles and what you're trying to do. When it comes to movement, moving from left to right is called a pan. So typically you want to make this pretty slow and smooth. Now keep in mind, I don't have my iPad on a tripod right now. This is going to be just held in my hands. You notice it's a little bit shaky. Make sure that you are bracing against something, but if it is a little bit shaky, don't worry too much because we can clean that up in iMovie. Now, when you're all said and done, and you want to take a look at the footage that you've shot, you just right underneath your shutter button, you can click on the photos there. You can see there's my video, there's my photo I took. I can hit the preview it. So you can see there's the action. And I'm ready to work with that. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect the first shot that you do. We are going to be editing it with inside iMovie. Now you can also flip the camera around if you're trying to do the selfie style. Right above the shutter, you'll notice there's a flip camera button. You click on that, it's going to flip it around to show you your actual face. And you can do that while you're recording, so you can get 2 shots at once. Again, don't worry about keeping it smooth. You can cut out weird jerky movements or unnatural transitions and make those a little bit more natural in iMovie.